2 weeks later, Tessy apologized and pretended to be sweet again. She suggested they go to a luxury restaurant in Victoria Island.
Okay.
And Brian happily agreed. At the restaurant, when the waitress walked over with the menu, Tessy snatched it rudely before the waitress could even speak. Brian noticed the waitress's discomfort and smiled politely to ease the tension. Tessy scanned the menu and quickly decided for both of them. When the food arrived, Brian looked at his plate. Chicken wings. He didn't eat chicken wings. Tessy knew that. Still, he asked gently, "Pretty, did you order this for me, or was it a mistake?" Tessy lifted her chin proudly. "I ordered it." Brian kept his voice soft. "But you know I don't eat chicken wings." Tessy widened her eyes dramatically. "So you're rejecting what I ordered for you? I'm trying to be caring and you're complaining?" Brian shook his head quickly. No, please, don't misunderstand me." Tessy banged her hand on the table. "You see, that's why I said you're weak. Can't you scold me for ordering something you don't like? Must you always accept everything?" Nearby customers turned to look. Brian whispered, "Please calm down, let's talk." But she grabbed her bag, stood up aggressively, shouted, "I'm done talking," and walked out. The restaurant fell silent. Brian sat frozen, his heart heavy. For a whole week, Tessy ignored him. He called endlessly, begged, texted, prayed, nothing. He even called Daisy, her best friend. Daisy answered, but Tessy refused to take the phone. Brian drove to their house. Tessy refused to come out of her room. Daisy confronted her. "Tessy, are you mad? Do you know how many women would worship a man like Brian? One day you'll wake up and this man will be gone." But Tessy scoffed. "Please, Brian loves me too much to leave me." Brian's friend Drake came to his mansion and found him on the floor, leaning against the couch, looking completely drained from calling Tessy non-stop. Drake dropped his keys loudly. "Bro, look at yourself." Brian stared at the floor, broken. "She hasn't answered me in 7 days." Drake shook his head in disgust. "And you're still chasing her? This girl doesn't love you. She doesn't respect you. She doesn't want you. Can't you see it?" Brian whispered the same response he always gave. "Drake, you won't understand." Drake clenched his jaw and walked away angrily. Later that evening, Tessy suddenly showed up, not because she missed Brian, but because she needed money. She walked into the mansion without greeting the elderly maid. She didn't knock on Brian's bedroom door. She stormed in. Brian jumped up like a man resurrected. "Tessy!" He hugged her tightly and kissed her cheeks repeatedly. She pushed him off. "I will only forgive you if you send 10 million naira to my account right now." Brian smiled sadly but lovingly. "Okay, pretty. I will. Just promise me you won't get angry if I decide to give it to you." Tessy smirked. "I promise." Brian transferred the money immediately. Tessy didn't say thank you. She just took her bag and walked down to the living room. Brian stood watching her walk away, still unable to understand why love felt like pain. Drake was tired of watching Brian die emotionally, so he planned a boys' vacation. Dubai, beach resorts, yacht parties, hoping to pull Brian out of Tessy's web. While discussing it in Brian's living room, Tessy overheard. Her eyes sharpened. "Brian, I must go with you." Brian didn't think twice. "Of course, pretty. Anything you want." Drake threw his hands up in frustration. "Are you serious, Brian?" Tessy looked at Drake with pure hatred because she knew Drake saw right through her. Drake muttered under his breath, "This girl will destroy you." Tessy smirked arrogantly. Drake vowed silently, "This vacation, I'll use it to make Brian meet other women. I won't let Tessy ruin his life. But Brian still didn't see the storm he was drowning in.